Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Omer. How are you? Good morning, everybody. All right, let's get this party started. Good morning, Chief. How are you? Ben, good morning. How are you? All right, guys. Let's get this thing going. 8:17. We have another sell-off during Globex, and we're just trying to firm up here. We got down as much as 383, but we before we go and dig into NQ, let's take a couple of other instruments. ES, we hit target number two in that sequence on a swing trade basis. Channel number two continued to go lower, and we definitely want to see uh, if we continue to trade under Globex. That's going to be a critical level into today's price action. If we continue to do that under Globex, then selling pressure will continue. Then we could retest the 3,700 and ultimately the 3,683. Uh, Today would be a day where you would probably see a two-sided market coming into a three-day holiday, just because we sold off into Globex and now we're firming up at the open. And I'll show you once we go and dig into NQ why I say what I say. But you're getting 3781 and any break above 3844, uh, that could be a higher low to that sequence. But we will see. We are in channel number two, and the market came into that 3962 area and sold off. So any consolidation here or any bids is going to face some resistance. I'd rather be short than long. I will outweigh my position in the short side versus the long position. And let's take a look at the next one. YM, same thing in YM. We're looking at a Globex of 3719. Trading above it um, will lead to a rally to 3100 or 31,000, excuse me. And we're like smack in the middle on all of them: NQ, ES, and YM. I mean, we do call this a doji from the candlestick perspective. We are in a huge channel number two. We saw what they did in this rotation here, sold it off, and now we may be coming into a place where we would be developing a similar pattern to the one that we saw late last month. Let's take it to the next one. Let's take a look at gold. I mean, wow, finally. Good morning, Adnan. How are you? Finally, finally they do it. And we've been talking about gold for quite some time right now and talking how this transitional zone has been holding up in a significant way, and we keep hitting those levels and coming back up. So it's finally we see uh, that that base break. Globex is at 1809. We hit that low of 1790. Now we're heading down to target number three of the sequence. So that behavior finally ended up leading to that selling pressure that we were been talking about. So what will happen if we hit target number three, though? I mean, we have targets lower here, 17, I mean, 1582, but boy, I mean, can we imagine us, hitting those levels? But what was the clue to the fact that gold is gonna, roll over the way it did? I mean, look how they treated the price every time we went up to the middle of the range. One, two, three, four. What did they do here? And what is that behavior do when we see it? It's like what we say all the time here. It's just whenever you see one of these transitional zones, typically it's indicative of momentum. If you ever want to know, like, how does momentum look like, that's typically you see it in that transitional zone. So once we saw that, it's just a function of waiting out all these tests and retests, and they didn't make it easy for folks. They continue to test it and pull. Yeah, this market's gonna go. So interesting to see. Oh boy, I gotta get in here. All right, it's gonna either do one of these two things here very quickly. So let's keep doing our analysis. And NQ. So NQ is smack right on Globex, and we should be looking for a consolidation in the two-sided market. And we keep having a lower high, and any break above 501, and any break above, yeah, it's not gonna, 567 will gather and pick up some momentum. Nah, it's not. Yeah, stop me out on that one. That's fine. All right, guys. So we have about 5 minutes to the cash market open. Two. Yeah, it was either gonna work very quickly or it's gonna stop me out. Yeah, I see that. I see that. I mean, I may flip that side. Yeah, but I'll be going against the 200 and the 100. They're really oscillating. I mean, here they put a captain setup switch trade. We've seen this behavior. I mean, that's one of the behaviors right here, and they typically work out for a couple of candles in your favor. This one stopped us out. Yeah, good morning, John. Good morning, Ron. Got 4 minutes to the cash market open. Now, when we're looking at NQ and we're seeing a 200 NT wrinkle that is long, from the perspective of a candle reversal, the same thing is happening on the 100. So at the open, you would expect a bit of a bid, but at the same time, they're putting bullish formations on some of the charts, and bearish formations on the other ones. I mean, example is right here. They're putting a captain setup short on the 50 NT wrinkle. Well, I mean, that's bearish right at Globex and a lower high. So there, the market is basically giving us mixed messages. So my reaction to that is just to be patient and wait for a bit better price action. Let's see how they're gonna react. I mean, ultimately, if they take this candle and close it lower at 433, there'll be a captain setup short on the 200 NT wrinkle. All right, let's take a quick look at Bitcoin. I mean, it's been a roller coaster all night long. I mean, they sold it off earlier on all the way to from yesterday, 18,600, then broke that channel into this transitional zone trade. And boy, did that just run up. Then came in there and gave us another transitional zone, another one. And then the market faded into these type of rotations all the way down to 18.9, making a higher low. And now we're in the transitional zone higher. So we're getting a lot of two-sided market. We went long, we came short, we went from 18.6 to over 21 and came all the way back down. So that instrument is volatile today. And here you go. I mean, you're looking at uh, Ethereum hitting at 1,000 all the way to 1,100, and now backing down to the 50% retracement of it. Ethereum, then let's take a look at some of. All right, Euro USD. I mean, look at the beauty. I mean, some of these instruments are so pretty on. Yes, cash market open. Let's refocus here. Look at that. Of course, right? All right. Let's play the game. We're picking up a bid. 200 and 100 are in sync. They rolled over the captain setup on the 50. So now we're picking up a little bit. That's NT8, Omer. You know the Ninja Trader. You could trade nano Bitcoin now, right? They came up with a new product called Nano Bitcoin, and you could trade a contract with a 25 dollar margin, and it's the valued at one hundredths of the actual coin. All right, so let's just see what we're doing here. So we took one trade. We give up a little bit of money here. 495, 495. Okay, all right. So they're gonna play the chicken dance here. That's what they're doing. 200 and 100 out of sync, and let's see if this is gonna be an utter trap because 458. If we get to 458, we're gonna be seeing a little bit of trade arcade here. There we go. I'm disconnecting here again. I'm giving it a little bit of space. Here we go. I am gonna get. I know it's gonna rally back up here for a little bit, but I'm gonna get busy going short, and then you got 5 here, and I'm looking for a push from 57. You're looking at 60, 25s. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I took target number 2 in that sequence. Okay. So it just kind of get us going. Yeah. Good job. Good job, Gary. Good job. Good job. So that was 200 NT Rinko and 100 NT Rinko got short, got involved, and ended up taking from target number 1 to target number 2, and it's about to go to target number 3. No, Adnan. It's not. There's not a captain setup on the 200 into Rinko. We gotta talk to you about what that looks like, because that's not the way it looks like. But I'm glad that you're paying attention to that formation and looking for it. Look what I did not see. 50 NT Rinko captain setup. See, that's a captain setup right there. It's a four candle formation and a break in one direction. So that, and there's two of them. That one they faded, and this one they came in and really acted solid against it, in favor of it, meaning. Yeah, we should see a bit of a push here. So the two decisions that we made so far are these two decisions. That first long, we took a small stop, and then that one trade, we took a profit. So we're up a couple $100, and let's just keep playing the game. We got to start sizing up here. 200 and the 100 are in sync on the short side. All right. So what they're doing here is they're consolidating, right? And now if we break above 57, uh, we'll be out of sync. Yeah, Adnan, that's why we have our training, so we could kind of explain these concepts at depth. We'll just hit me up on at my email, and we can talk offline and kind of explain some of these things for you. All right, so here we go. We're disconnecting, and a couple of things got to happen. One of them, 433. You break down 433, we're back in sync. Uh, Second option, you run up to 507, then the market is back, it's in sync on the long side, or it's attempting to be to mount a rally here. And you're seeing a lot of noise in this zone between 50 and 533, 75 points worth of consolidation. And that reminds me of this day, which is a Thursday, and that was fairly consolidated market. Look at this. See? Yeah. Okay. So if we're gonna play the game, we're gonna play the game, right? I'm gonna look for a swing trade, a pullback against glowbacks into this middle of the range, and I'm gonna add in a couple of spots, 80 and 60. Yeah, we're playing around glowbacks here. I mean, I'll take just a scalp here. Either it's gonna happen here or it's not. It's either gonna happen very quickly or it's gonna do this. And I rather be 470. So they're building a transitional zone right at that area, and it's just gonna have to either happen quick or I go to break even and make whatever money they gave me and move on. So if we break 482, that will shift. Here we go. So that is the definition of consolidation right here. So I'm gonna keep playing small ball. I'm gonna keep playing. Oh man, this thing is messy. Yeah. Okay, I see what they're doing. Let's get into another pullback, and I will try to jump in. Here we go. Come on, baby. Thank you. And break even and let it roll, let it roll, let it roll, let it roll, baby, let it roll. Let's see if I can get a bigger move out of it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Target number 2. And that's a good one. I'm long, Sheila. I was long on that one. I mean, everything lined up, and you got a captain setup. So everything got in alignment on that one. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So that trade on 2 contracts, I made 707. So we're up 956 for the day. Let's keep working. And we're about to hit target number 3, but it was clear. What time is it? I'm definitely trading early today. I'm trying to make my money and be done. It's a 3-day holiday. Target number 3 is hit in that sequence. We're going to FOMC number, and that is 570. Bear with me here. Here we go. So this way you could see the entries and the targets and all that mess. Back to target number 3. And so we got it from, I mean, and that's just literally the perfect trade right there, is to get in there before target number 1 once everything is in alignment, and you get a signal right at the beginning of the transitional zone. And we're hitting the FOMC number, that blue line right here. If you go back, that's the FOMC on the 15th of last month, June. And that number is being very important. We keep coming to it and fading it and playing around it. And it's just been, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 time. And that's in just 2 days of them coming to that number and reacting to it. Here we go. I mean, look at it. I mean, they faded it to the tick. Yeah, so they faded it to the tick on that one, right? So what am I going to do here? What I'm going to do is, we're still early, still the first half an hour of the day. We typically don't trade this time frame, and we just kind of monitor the market. So I'm going to wait till 9 o'clock and read more out of this market before I take on my next decision. All right. So this thing is all whacked up. Go ahead, shoot. Hmm. I mean, the difference is going to be in volume, and sometimes which means the candles are going to look a little bit different, but they're all going to be at the same price. But the way it manifests itself in the chart, it will look different. I mean, beside the value of the contracts, which are the obvious thing, right? So, are they going to look different? Yes. Are they going to be at the same price? Yes. Sometimes you'll get an execution in MNQ and you're not quite there on the actual contract. And I've seen that happen because there's a lot of volume in the MNQ, and you'll get, excuse me, and you'll get those fills. But beyond that, it's the same contract. I mean, same instrument, not the contract. So we're getting a push. So see how they came up to that 70, pushed lower, ran up, came retested it, pushed higher. Is that answering your question or no? Yeah, there is a difference. Like if you put an MNQ right next to an NQ chart, the way the candles are moving, they're not going to be the same. But the price, the current price will be the same. So we have 5 minutes to the top of the hour. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. So when you're trading, like, okay, so I see what you're trying to do though. I mean, you're looking at the main contract and your trade and your and M and you want to trade the MNQ for margins and for the margin difference. So you always base your decisions on the main contract. So that means you have to look at the NQ And if there's a signal there, then you execute it in MNQ. But don't look at the MNQ signals as the one that you need to pay attention to. Like, for example, right now you see captain setups on MNQ with switch trades, but you don't see it in NQ. I wouldn't take those. You always base your decisions on the main contract, not the micro. All right, we got 3 minutes to the top of the hour. Hey, by the way, for anybody that is doing the Apex program, or they're doing it and they want to add another account, uh, Apex is doing an 80% discount on their combines, and it expires on the 5th. So if you wanted to get involved, this is pretty much the best time to do it at 80%. So let me tell you what that looks like. Give me a second here. So the market is disconnecting right now. What the hell's going on here? And just put the discount code save 80. Yeah, that's just a lot of noise back and forth. I'm not playing that game. It's 9 o'clock. Um, so they have the 4th of July deal going on. Save 80. Randolph, yeah. How are you, bud? No, I understand that. I understand that. That's what was going on. So the market is disconnected, meaning the 200 and the 100 are out of sync, and we're simply going to be watching it and waiting. A couple of things could happen here. One is 533. If we break it down to 533, then I'm going to be looking for rallies as a shorting opportunity. If we get back up to 600, and we know 600 has been an issue, and the 570, obviously we're right at the FOMC meeting numbers right now. So this is an area of great deal of noise, and I'm just gonna be patient about it and watch it. Um, Couple of things got to happen. Either you bring me back up to 600, then I'll play on the long side. If you bring me down to 533, then I'm going to start getting short. Anything in between, I'm electing to just kind of be on the sideline for a little bit and just watch. All right. So they closed it here. Order pending. 57, 67, 77. Okay, here we go. Order pending. We need to bounce. Order pending. Order filled. Just put one contract here, and I got the rest. Order filled. Order pending. Order filled. Order pending. Order filled. Order canceled. Come on, baby, go to target number 3, and that will be the 500. Order pending. Order filled. I'm adding to my trade. Thank you, thank you. Pending. Order I took off the contract. I'm looking for a bigger target. Pay me. I mean, this is the area where my patience is gonna get tested because we're hitting a target, right? I'm a greedy. I'm just greedy because that target was just pretty. That is just pretty right there. I know this thing is gonna go lower, but whatever. I'll reload on the way back up. So we made $624 on that one. That's 1580 on 5 decisions. Let's keep playing the game. Wow. So they flipped what you call it, transitional zone right here. Well, I mean, hindsight is 2020, right? It's fizzled out against Globex, and the way the market is moving it's been very spastic like this. So I'm like, okay, just let's take it, and we'll come back later and add to it, or get involved. So what they did here is they closed this candle on the 100. So now the market is disconnected between the 200 and the 100, right? And what that does is puts us in a consolidation phase. A couple of things got to happen in order for me to go short. One, need to break 532. Two, we could go to 88, then do the same thing and flip around with a one candle reversal. Well, that keeps me short. If we end up going at 606, then that will put on a switch trade long, and the target is going to be 650 at that point. So one of those three things going to happen. So we had bank holiday in Canada all day, and we had the ISM manufacturing PMI already. So really, as far as the news, Hold on. All right, we're back in sync on the short side. We're going to be hitting that sub pressure here. We're hitting Globax. Man, how's everybody doing, by the way? John, Ron, Omer, Sheila, Gary made 1,000. Okay. Now, Randolph, Adnan, Chief, Ben. Oh, Omer's up 2.4 grand. Good for you, bud. And today's trading is not easy, by the way. It's not easy. Good job. Good for you, bud. How far are you in that program? So you have to make 4 grand, and you have 3 days to go. Is that what I? Well, good for you, man. That's good work. And here she is. Good morning, GM. Good morning. You're missing all the fun action. You're missing all the money. Good job, Adnan. Good job. Really, if you're looking at it, it's the big picture is an utter choppy mess. I mean, literally. I mean, if you're looking at how the price is moving from, it's a 200 point worth of zig and a zag and a whole lot of, you know, reversals and traps and all that stuff. It's a big deal, man. It is really a big deal. I keep saying that to people, but one day they'll listen to me on that one. FOMC number 11,570. Put a line right through that. It's a range, and watch what happened around that price. Watch what happened since the 15th of last month. You will see how significant that level is. And absolutely, the 200 is significant because you're dealing with a 75 point reversal. So that is outside most of the traders stops. So whenever you get a reversal on the 200, it's statistically significant and you wiped out a lot of traders. So there's typically a follow through that happens after that. I mean, that's why we have it. And who brought that to my attention? That was a good observation by Mr. Omer. See, I learn from the people I teach, because a lot of times it's you have just good ideas. Simple. So I mean, they started the transitional zone here, and they all the way to an exit of that transitional zone at 85. So you're looking 55 to 85, 70 points. Man, that's just huge. And another transitional zone right here. Yes, they sure do. Target number four in this sequence is almost hit. Target number five will be 11,437. And so they're putting the captain set up here against Globex. The market right now is out of sync. If we break 58, then we'll get back in sync. And I'm not gonna. We're too close to Globex to try to play that game right here. So I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna leave it alone. Let the market do what it wants to do. We made five decisions so far for the people that are coming a bit late, and these are the five decisions. For the week, we're up for the week 11 grand. And these are the days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6. Precision is a decision. And always trade in harmony, right? Trade in harmony with yourself, trade in harmony with the market, trade in harmony with your system. What's out of sync, John? Okay, so the 200 and the 100 are out of sync, meaning the 200 NT Rinko is pointing lower. The prior candle closed lower, and the 100 NT Rinko, the prior candle closed higher. So now you got two things going on. One is facing down, the big time frame. It's not a time frame, it's a Rinko bar, but that is pointing lower. And then you got the 100 NT Rinko facing or closing higher. So whenever you see that, that means the market is not in sync. Any big move anywhere in any market, you will have the beginning of it is a market that is the 200 and the 100 are in sync, meaning both of them are the prior close was either both of them are up or both of them are down, but never one or the other is up while the other is down, if that makes sense to you. All consolidations happens this way, where the market, the prior candle right now in 200 NT Rinko, you got, the close was 456. We're trading at 494. So that tells me that the market is out of alignment. So why do I do it this way? Why do I look at those two factors? Because I'm trying to filter noise and consolidation out of the market. And when the market is doing, look what we just spent doing in the past 15 minutes or so. The market literally didn't go anywhere. And what was the cue that I had that the market is not going anywhere? Is the moment we broke into 96, because that got the market out of sync. That doesn't mean it's not going to get back in sync. It just, once it does this, I am pulling back and observing price action and waiting for it to get back in sync. And you'll be surprised how much it reduces your trading and it makes it more significant when you trade. So like right now, they got back in sync, right? So both of them are pointing lower, and we and then, excuse me, what that does, it defines the environment. It's not a trade once you see that. It's not necessarily a trade. It's just the definition of environment. Then you're looking for a behavior, which is in the form of a transitional zone. Then you're looking for a signal. So three things that happen here. You have the environment, you have a behavior, but we need a fresh behavior, and then we need a signal. I mean, look at this bad boy. Boom, target number two. So they got in sync and flushed it, hit target number two, and they're bouncing back up. 927, huh? Boom. All right, so targets, as long as we continue this type of pattern that we're seeing and we continue to trade under Globex, which is 506, the bigger target on the swing trade indicator, meaning that we are looking for swing trades in which we could come in intraday and also scalp and swing trade. You're looking at target number one, 11407, target number two, 279, which is a breakdown of that low and a flush of that behavior. Then target number three is 11,151. So that is the bigger picture. Now I can come in there and manage it on the 20 NT Rinko for smaller targets, and I have those targets lined up. So on the 20 NT Rinko, you got target number one all the way to target number five, and they're on the top left hand side. But the bigger picture is the 200 NT Rinko. ES, we are continuing to push lower, and you could see this beauty of a captain setup that they put on right here. And then a transitional zone, another transitional zone, consolidated, another transitional zone. So we're just they're making a lot of waves lower here. Hey Brian, how are you? Good morning. Let's see if we can take a look at some of this crypto action. Let's see. All right. So Bitcoin, look at this beauty of a signal. Captain setup, switch trade. Then from that one, you are coming into this right here, which is an inception trade and a new shift and an entry of about 401, and you got lower prices coming through. So that's the sign that the market is shifting on that rotation here. And if you are looking at your USD, all sell signals going on. USD, Japanese yen, started that beauty of a sell-off here and continued in a massive way. And then you got multiple transitional zones to measure momentum and trade through. Aussie, here you go, along, and now we're shifting it here. So they're oscillating in this rate here, but that was a big move right here. 400 NT, it's 4,000 on NT. On BTC, it's not 400. Because you have so much volume on that thing. Yeah, try to put. It's a big candle. It's 4,000. It's not 400. So I experimented with that for a while, and I found 4,000 to be significant, and it's it gives you the capacity to get into trades. While if you go lower than that, the market will be too fast. Too fast for entries, too fast for understanding the price action. So we're very close to target number 3 on the 20 NT Rinko, and we're very close to target number 1 on the 200. So the market is continuing to move in the short direction. It seems like it's a whole day already. It's 9:34 right now. It's been just an hour. Why does it feel like it's been a lot longer than that? I guess everybody's in that Fourth of July mode. All right, so putting a switch trade right here, so that is a signal to go short. I mean, I could. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's gets you stopped out quick. Let's see here. I'm gonna reduce my size to 1.
Order pending. Order filled.
And I'm gonna look for a scalp, and I'm gonna have a very tight stop, and it's gonna be like a maybe a 5 to 10 point target.
Target filled.
Thank you. it has potential for a lot more, but at these lows, I'm gonna take a scalp. To be honest with you, just keep it simple. Take a scalp. So that trade, we made $166 on that one. We're up 17.46. We're not putting much of any size. We're just trading well. We're trading well, not much size at all. I'm not stressing myself at all in this day here. One and two, one of them was four, not a big deal. And that's where we at. Let's just keep playing. Let's keep playing. What? Looking hot and sexy. Most beautiful legs I've ever seen. What? What are you doing, GM? What are you doing? Yeah. That's my thoughts exactly, Adnan. Yeah, you just don't play with us like that, though. Yeah, I like him. Well, I know what they call him. I know what they call him. What's my 200 NT channel look like? One, two. Okay, so channel number two came back above it, tested it, broke it actually, and came back in, but never shifted the cloud. So I mean, now we have somewhat of a line in the sand, which is 600 to 650, which means that you have to break above the 570, which has been the FOMC meeting, and then rally back up to break that pattern. And I think it's going to take some work for the market to actually accomplish that type of behavior. It's going to take some work. So we hit target number one in this sequence. Now, what's next? You hold on to 483, then the next uh, trade or the next sequence is going to be 393 into the 350 break into the 279. You got to protect the 100 NT Rinko, and the odds are they will fade it here. That's what the odds are. They're going to fade it, run it up, consolidate for a while, then start gathering strength for the next move. Because that's a significant flush from 617 to 400. That's 217 points in which the market just did nothing but hammer people who were playing the breakout game, but they did not see the turn. I thought I was talking. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I had my um, mic muted. But to answer your question, John, um, the these targets are on Ninja Trader, and this is in Ninja Trader 7, and we have Ninja Trader 8 almost developed. uh, and then anybody that gets involved will get both. And these targets are on point. So we hit it here on ES, came back, consolidated, and we reversed for this candle, established the transitional zone, and we hit target number two. Then target number three is 3772 and a quarter. So we're getting a little bit of a fading behavior here, and the 200 and the 100 are out of sync, which tells me that the market is going through a period of rotation to digest this big move that we had, which is about 217 points worth. So a couple of things need to happen. Either we break 483, then pullbacks are can be viable in the right setup and behavior. We're not blindly going to just jump in anywhere here. And or this candle that we are in on the 100 NT wrinkle reverses and we break at 419, 420. If we do that, then that means that we're going to re-engage ourselves into the short side. Right now, it seems like the market is putting on a little bit of a bid and a counter trend rally, uh, retesting channel number one of the sequence. And you could see how to the tick they came up to that level and bounced it right back up. So I need more information out of this market. I need the market to get back in sync. Then I need a behavior on the 20 NT Rinko that's going to govern and guide me into an actual signal. Then I'll take the signal into the trade. When you're doing things like this, guess what you have to be doing as well? You have to be patient. You have to be patient and wait for things to come to you and never chase anything for any reason. I mean, between today and yesterday, I'll just tell you how those are the trades we took between today and yesterday. Two contracts, three contracts, small amount of contracts had one stop out of all these trades. And days are not like that all the time. I mean, obviously, you have days where you take on some heat, but here we go. To the week, week, week. Let's see here, week. Where's the week? So 11,405. I think the biggest stop we had, yeah, we had one that came in low. 72%. All right, let's just keep playing the game here. So, yep, we're about to close 420. I mean, we came to the tick and we want to see if we actually break that. That's probably worth a shot here. It'll be early. That'll be a little bit early. Here we go. Yeah, I knew it was gonna. work out here. Let's see if I can get into.
Order pending. Order filled.
I'm gonna add to it too. So this is
Order
not just a
pending.
beginning.
Order filled. Order pending. Order filled. Order filled. Order pending. Stop. Order cancelled.
Okay, I gotta stop myself right here. And here we go. So they're disconnecting again. So we're coming into this zone and they're putting on, few patterns where they're just spending a lot of consolidation time. And I think I'm getting a little bit loosey goosey here, a little bit too. So let's refocus and get back into the game. Okay, so that's that right there, 770. And let's keep working. So a couple of things. If we end up getting back into 419 or 420, then that would be another area where I can look for rallies back up as a shorting opportunity. Otherwise, we're going to be looking for 483, and if that closes, then we can take a look at some of the pullbacks as a buying opportunity. So the market right here is in this little spot where it's out of sync. It was in sync, and we tried to go into a continuation trade, and they flipped it. So we got short and added here, and the market stopped us up here. And now we're seeing a bit of a shift back up. Yeah. Well, here you go. Yeah, this is going to be a critical level because if you look at the 200 NT Rinko, we're establishing a transitional zone right here. We have Globex ahead of us, and we have the entry point for this sequence of shorts. So right here is going to face a bit of a resistance. Now, the biggest trade would be if this market closes all the way back down to 407. If they do that, that would be a switch trade on the 200 NT Rinko. All right, so now we're disconnecting again, and I'm telling you, if we break that 407 fireworks, thank you, John. It's methodical. Hmm. Right. So 200 and 100 out of sync, and let's dig into the behavior. And the behavior is we're at an area where shorts can reassert themselves in a meaningful way, and we're building another transitional zone and a cloud negative, and it's a switch trade. So we should see a push toward the 30-35 area here in a few seconds. Here it comes. And we want to see the strength of the buyers. Where would we find that out? Anywhere between 30 and 20. If they hold that level, then you know that the market is they're putting their foot down and saying, okay, not today. So that 30 to 20 area needs to kind of hold for the longs. It doesn't look like it though. It doesn't look like it. See that? You see that? See that 35 to the 25 zone, 30 to 20 zone. How they behaved here?
Order filled. Order pending. Order filled. Order pending. Order
Thank
filled.
you.
Order canceled. Order canceled.
Ah,
Stop
that's
filled.
fine. That's fine. I'll take it. Was a captain set up long. We got into two contracts here. took one out at that target, and wanted to leave one for a bigger target, but just a little bit more noise in the market than I like. Here we go. They're coming at it again. We should close 75.80. I'm looking for another transitional zone here. Let's see if we can get it. Here he goes. Here he goes. Here it goes. Yeah, that's I needed to jump in at that 76. Good lord. That's the one. You see that 35 to the 25 area? That was the test. And as long as they held on to it, that was the future of the market, is that rally. Am I seeing VIX and socks? Yeah, that's exactly what it was, Umair. It was a nice bounce right here off of that target. That doesn't mean that fundamentally the market has shifted. It means that they, even in a, look at that. You see that huge massive move? You look at this big rally, and that is a big rally, by the way, from 550 to 750, 200 points. You would think, oh, okay, it's over. The market's going to roll, start heading higher. No, it went another, 400, 350 points lower. So the fact that we are here does not necessarily mean the market fundamentally shifted. It just we are experiencing a pocket of buying interest, and I have a choice. Either I take advantage of it, uh, when it's so clear the way they behaved, or I can choose to leave it alone and just continue to trade uh, along the major move on the 200 NT wrinkle, which is short. But the way I do it is I will trade these pockets of long, but I will under size them. And if I get shorts, I'll oversize them. Make sense? So this way, if there's a pockets of buyers, I'm not just sitting here watching, the whole day go by and not take a trade when I can clearly see it. But I'm not gonna put 5, 10 contracts into a long in this zone. I'll put one and two, 3, 4, just play that game. And when we go short and the market is clear on the short side, I'll put 5, 10 more, depending on the setup. But I'll oversize the shorts and undersize the longs. Yeah, I'm taking a look at them. Uh, yeah, they're both. Well, Sox is down, and let's see VIX. Yeah, well, I mean, with this rally, VIX is gonna go down too. Yep, 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 yep. Okay. We're playing we're playing around a whole number here against Globex, but if they close this candle higher, uh, would be a captain setup.
Order filled.
Ah, come on.
Target
I'm
filled.
gonna stop myself right here very quickly. I like it, but it's just they're pausing right on Globex, and that's not what they should be doing right here. I mean, everything is lined up to go. Nah, see, that's that. Just they're paused. They paused too much. They paused too much. I'm not giving it much of a room either. Like it's either gonna work quickly or I'm not playing. You know? It's 10:15. Yeah, it's across the board. We're getting a bit of a lift of that 400 level, and we are. Let's see here. It's gonna go. It is gonna go. It is gonna go. Bastards, man. I see what I'm doing though. Mentally, I see what I'm doing. I am going into this protective mode mentally, and that's not really very constructive to trading. I'm trying to protect my day, so I'm becoming a little bit too careful here because this transitional zone, everything lined up. I understand that we were coming into glowbacks, but this rotation can be worked for a range, and here we go, we're getting a push higher. So with that type of mindset, I got to take a step back and just kind of maybe call it a day. Yeah, maybe call it a day. So this is where we at for the day. We're up about a grand. Good enough. Good enough for today. About 11 grand for the week. And I'll just continue to monitor the market and talk about the different levels and different signals. But I don't think I'm going to take any more. We need to start our 3 day holiday, and for the people who observe it, happy 4th of July to you, your family. I will be in Oklahoma with friends and family, enjoying barbecue and beer and and fireworks. Uh, we have a friend that spends about, uh, I think, every year about 5 to 7 grand, 5 to 7 grand worth of fireworks every year on the fourth, and we go out there and light it all up. He puts on a show, so I'm looking forward to doing it. Yeah, some years more money, some years less money, but he spends a lot of money trying to do this. So we hit target number three. We are in and around Globex, and typically that type of trading, you're gonna get a range consolidation range right here. Yeah, we're not closing the room, John. I'm just saying I'm not gonna be putting on any more executions. But yeah, thank you. ES is the same thing that we're seeing. Multiple rotations. Look at that. Hit target three, hit target two, three times, bounced into target number three, and rotated, and now bouncing off target number two. So, in essence, this market is just pulling back and it's consolidating within the rotation that um, we're seeing here. So a run back up and a close at 780 or 85.75 can resume this upward momentum. Here we go. And the stop to that is 82.75. You could jump up to 88, then fade it, and then consolidate. Ultimately, you want to see another transitional zone build up. And this is the third rotation or the second rotation. So this will be the third one coming in. So they got to the 88 and consolidated. So ultimately, you are trading in and around Globex, and you should expect choppy price action, period. That's what the market does in and around Globex is this pattern. See, they run it up, they bring it back in, they're going to consolidate this price action here. So give the market a little bit of time, and we may be resting here throughout the day and coming back to retest it. Yeah. Typically 50 points away from Globex, either down or up, that zone is typically just a chop zone. And you have to think of it and treat it a bit differently than when you're trading way above it or way below Globex. Yeah, same to you, Sheila. Same to you. Thank you very much, and yeah, enjoy the extra day. Actually, on Monday it's gonna be half a day, but you're not gonna get me to trade. Nope. I will be in the woods of Oklahoma. Yes, the futures market is going to be half a day. Everything else, I think, is going to be closed. See, they're playing around. They're playing the dance. They're dancing around Globex. That's an area in the past that I wouldn't say, I mean, struggled with, and kind of decided that, hey, whenever we come into zones like this, under trade this type of market, because you're going to start lacking momentum, lacking direction, and typically fading is a better approach to trading than trying to capture a bigger trend. Scalping becomes a bit more prominent as a way to trade. So you'll see them, crush the market lower, stabilize it very quickly, run it back up to Globex, touch it, turn back in. It's a lot of trapping behavior going on right here. So the smart decision for me is to take my money and tell them thank you and move on. Hey, Safe, how are you? All right, guys. So feel like if you feel that this stream is helping you in any way, we'd appreciate it if you like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications of our live stream, share this stream as well. That will help the channel grow. We appreciate you spending your day with us, and hopefully, streaming is helping you in one way or another. I know this is a big part of your day, and it's not. Every minute of your day counts, and it's important. So thank you for spending it with us. And if you have any questions, you always can come up, reach out to me. I'll put my email in the down here. You could sign up for our room uh, to try that out. And also, this is my email. So the market is disconnected right now between the 200 and the 100, and we're patiently waiting for the next move in the market. A couple of things got to happen. Either you break back up to 520, and that will set us up for a continuation long, or we break all the way down to 429, and then the market can get in sync on the short side, and that would be significant. That would be a bit significant. I mean, they've done it before early on around 7 o'clock central, and they reversed it, then reversed it back. That type of behavior is fairly tough to trade, be honest with you. But if you could see the early signs of things that are not working by looking at the 100 NT Rinko. And once it disconnects from the 200, then you know that you need to be patient and wait. And that prevents you from being um, basically sucked into that reversal and a reversal. And the market does this. And if you can survive those, I mean that you're golden. But the early signs of things are not as expected is literally you see the 200 NT shift short, then the market bounce and closes the 100 NT Rinko. So automatically you're 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 watching. You're not putting any trades in. And then the market is consolidating and you just wait for it to finish consolidating and get back in sync, and then you play the game. Yeah, I mean it's just You go long, it pulls back. You go short, it runs up. I mean, we're literally trading in and around Globex, and that is why I avoid this type of price action here. So the only thing you could do is just like literally fade, and a good place to start fading whenever you see this is literally on these target lines, because it gives you a clear area where fading can can start. But be honest with you, let me explain something here. The best part about trading or knowing how to do this is to know when not to trade. Like that's actually a bigger idea than when to trade, if that makes sense to you. Like I should know the environment and the type of price action very clearly that I should not be involved in, period. So you're seeing, I mean, you're seeing what's going on here. They dropped it, they brought it back. They ran it up, they brought it back. They dropped it here, they brought it back. I mean, literally, that is the mean average of all these moves. If you take the high and the low and you divide it by two, you're getting this price right here, which is the whole number 500. It cannot be more clear than that. Now, a couple of areas that would pick up momentum is you either break uh, 570, and guess what that is? That's the major FOMC number, right? You break that, then we're talking. You're going to pick up some momentum. I don't care what day it is. You're going to pick up some momentum. This market turns around and closes at 433, then break that channel and target number one. You will pick up some momentum. Now you're expanding away from the middle of the range. You're expanding away from Globex, and you're trapped enough people in those meat grinder rotations that the market now is has enough energy to make the next move. But where we at right now, I'm gonna do myself a favor and just watch it and learn from it. Watch it and learn from it. I mean, one interesting thing is if we end up closing at 481.75, right? That would be a captain setup short on the 100 NT wrinkle. And that signal will get you into the 60s and the 40s if we get there. But yeah, you're not in the market is not in sync. So we'll see if that happens. I mean, ultimately, we're not going to be committing to any of this stuff right here. But that signal at 82, and we're not too far away from it. Man, it would be tempting for me. But I'm gonna, like I said, if I say I'm done, that means mentally I'm done. And if I'm mentally done, then it doesn't matter what the market shows me. I should not trade. And I'll just watch it and read it and see how well my read is connecting with the market. How did we do, Chief? It's like watching paint dry here. Well, then it's a good time to call it a day, right? Enjoy your Fourth of July and see you Tuesday. Oh, here you go. We just did a captain setup switch trade short right here, and that's a signal. And now we're closing the 100 MT Rinko short, so that we're gonna experience a bit of selling pressure here. Man, yeah, that was a good one. 471. So we could hit the 50s with that type of behavior right here on rallies, shorting against that 501 and actually the 510. It's coming up. Well, here you go. Well, we got to that 55. Target number three is 56 and a quarter. So that captain set up short, along with the captain set up switch trade that we just saw here at 90, the catalyst to breaking the price structure into target number one, two, and three. And now, I mean, that could be a base in which they can reach down to that 30 level, 25 points away from where we at. I mean, if this candle closes lower, then that's a captain setup switch trade here, and we may see a bit of a breakdown to 440 and potentially the 30 level. There you go. That's the entry right here, and you're looking at 440. Stop is 460. Yeah. I mean, if they take it one more time, I'll get in actually. Yeah, a break below 445 again. This candle closes lower. Here it comes.
Order pending. Order filled.
I'll take it, and it's going to be a quick. Ah,
Target filled.
that's a quick one. It's too quick, actually. That was a good 100 points. I mean, 100 ticks. 5 points. That's what I'm trying to say. So the expectation here from that initial switch is to see a minimum of 10 points. And there's a bit more bid coming in. But ultimately, the structure of the market, this is like a spot where the longs need to come and protect again. Because you remember earlier on, that was the 35 to the 25 zone held on. So they're trying to fade ahead of that zone. But if we break 32, forget it. That means that we have a complete reversal here on the 200 NT Rinko, and we're looking for rallies back up as a shorting opportunity against some serious resistance, and also that captain setup short on the 100 NT Rinko. So you have literally a formation up here that is going to be a solid resistance. Here we go. I mean, they literally stop it right here. So that's important. I mean, what we just saw here is important. So now, you know, they can run it back up. I'm not gonna get aggressive and just like start shorting. I would go up. What I would like to see a bit of a rally, a disconnect and reconnect, if they are so kind to do that. Things are slowing down here. Um, I say slowing down, but we had that move from 500 to where we at. I mean, that's not slow. Yeah. Okay. Take care, Adnan. Take care, and we will see you bright and early Tuesday. And happy 4th of July to you. And it's 11 o'clock for us here. And pretty much this is how that's gonna day is gonna end. We're gonna end up at 1,059.38. Good enough for a Friday. And we will see you guys bright and early Tuesday. You guys have a good one.